Well, this morning here on the Promise FM, I have a special guest, Mr. Aaron Bloss. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, Patrick.
And now, Aaron, we met in an interesting way. Aaron, you came and talked at the Gaylordy Free Church, where I go to church, about a ministry you're involved with called Global Media Outreach. Now, it's kind of a big-sounding name, and I know you guys are involved in a lot of stuff. Tell us a little bit more about what Global Media Outreach is.
Sure, I'd love to. Global Media Outreach. We are a technology-based ministry, and primarily we use the internet at this point to share the gospel. One of the reasons we know it works is because Google can tell us that 2 million people a day go to Google and type in some spiritually related question. And from that point on, you got to have content and websites out there for people to find in order for them to get the content they're looking for. And so going off of that premise, we've started using web pages and other technology to present the gospel, and it's happening in a significant numbers are coming to our sites every day, just because people are looking for it.
You know, and I think people maybe get a picture in their mind of all the negative things about the internet, but this is pretty cool because you guys are actually making a difference for Christ through these different websites and things.
You're right. The internet, for many people, has a very bad stigma, whether it's online gambling or pornography or you name it, just people spending way too much time on it. Well, we have kind of chosen to use it as an opportunity to share the gospel and to connect them to ministries or a church wherever they're located. People are hurting. People are ready to. Some people are ready to hear and listen to the good news of the gospel, and right now we have sites that are open and ready for them to view 24/7. So if you've ever experienced trying to share the gospel with someone in person, it's almost as if you're waiting for the right time and the Lord to kind of show you when they're ready to listen, so you can share them about who Jesus is and what He's done for you and what He did for them. Well, we have our sites running 24/7, 365, so that when they are ready, they come and find us.
Okay. Now, there's another side of this, too, in that you actually can get people like myself, like our listeners, involved in being, I don't know what the right word would be, in connecting with people and sharing the good news, too, through these, don't you?
That's right. It's more than just having an electronic track of the gospel out there. We want to really connect with these people that find our sites. And most of our sites are just very simple gospel presentations. We use the Campus Crusades 4 Spiritual Laws, which I just consider that the gospel in a nutshell.
Sure.
Then we give them an opportunity to respond and tell us where they're at. And we see thousands, hundreds of thousands of people a day visit these sites and then indicate where they're at. The next step is that they actually fill out forms online, would give us their name and their age and some demographic stuff, where they're located, and they email into us with comments and questions about what they've just done or what it means to be a Christian, or you name it. They ask all kinds of questions. And,
okay.
You and I have opportunities to volunteer. We call our volunteers online missionaries, and they are people that have kind of gone through a little bit of training and use our secure web system to respond back to them.
Okay, and I think one thing that impressed me when I heard you speak about this is that, especially there's a lot of us who maybe are a little more timid about sharing our faith, and this gives a good opportunity to, you can think about it a little bit before you write something back, and it really maybe would open up those more opportunities, both online and in our personal lives, to really be prepared to share Christ.
That's right, Patrick. It's definitely been just such a great experience for me. I'm someone who really likes to think about my response, or I feel like I'm going to get tongue-tied if I try and share the gospel or some message from the Word from the Bible to someone in person. And I've been intimidated by that. Maybe not shared what I thought I should have shared. When you respond to someone's question online, you articulate the response. You dive into the Word of God. You dive into the Bible, and what does the Bible say about this response? What does the Word of God say about this specific issue? And how do I write that out and type back to that person in a clear way what the answer is? And when you write that down and you actually type that and send it, you kind of own that now. You kind of like, well, I know what the answer to that question may be, whatever it is, and you feel more empowered and more likely to share that in person with someone else.
Okay. One of the websites you guys have, and you shared this with me before, that really, for someone who's a skeptic, they say, well, this really isn't, maybe a couple people. You guys have a website called GreatCommission2020.com. Tell us what this actually shows.
This site is live. It's an aggregator. It's counting. It's looking at people as they're visiting all of our well over 100 websites in multiple languages, and it's looking at as people visit our site, as people are indicating a decision for the Lord or recommitment, and then how many people are actually responding to us in real time. And it's exciting. You're watching people as they're reading the gospel as they're indicating a decision for the Lord right now.
Yeah, and it's visual. It's a map, and it's you're bouncing all over and you're seeing really how the name of your organization, Global Media Outreach, how you're really reaching people all around the world.
It's significant, Patrick, what's happening. In just 2010, we saw over 119 million people from around the world visit one of our websites.
Wow.
And of those, 15.5 million people indicated or a decision to follow Christ or a recommitment to the Lord. And 2.5 million people contacted us for the first time last year.
Wow, that is just amazing. It's an amazing outreach. Aaron, I want to thank you for taking some time with us this morning. This is something I think that definitely our listeners could get involved with. Now I'm going to put the links for all of these, a couple of these different websites for Global Media Outreach on our website, our Facebook page, so be able to find them there and connect. Thanks for your time this morning, Aaron.
Thanks, Patrick. Thanks for having me.
You can find out more about Global Media Outreach 2 places on our website, on our Facebook page, and on my blog at thepromisefm.com.